know that your semen and ejaculations make you very proud as a man. But not all ejaculations, especially throughout the lifespan, are massive and forceful, like the ones you see in porn. It seems like men in porn are like water hoses and the cum keeps coming. But the reality is that not all men produce the same amount of semen, and the amount and force of ejaculation depend on various factors, including age. Men lose their ability to ejaculate massive loads as they age. As men age, several changes can affect both the amount and force of ejaculation. These changes are influenced by various factors, including hormonal shifts like lower testosterone production, the state of a man's physical health, especially metabolic health, and the functioning of the man's reproductive system. While younger men may produce between 2 to 5 millimeters of semen per ejaculation, older men often experience a gradual reduction in this volume, and the average semen volume tends to decrease by about 1% per year after the age of 30. I know you all feel powerful and young and strong when you ejaculate like you were when you were 18, but if you are not 18 anymore, you should perhaps adjust your expectations and enjoy the orgasm that you can have. I sound like a broken record here because I have talked about this so much over years. Listen and repeat after me. Sex is not just penis and vagina penetration. Real sex, great sex, sexy sex, fun sex, pleasurable sex is more than you inserting your penis in a vagina. I know that for many men, that is the thrill, to put their penis inside that moist hole and thrust it to get your pleasure. But women's sexual pleasure for most, according to studies, is in the clitoris. Studies show that at least 2/3 of women get sexual gratification and orgasm from clitoral stimulation and not from penetrative sex. And this makes total sense because if you think that your penis is the most pleasurable thing that has ever happened to you, the homologous clitoris is the most pleasurable thing that has ever happened to us women. So instead of focusing so heavily on thrusting that penis in the vagina, you should be paying as much attention to the clitoris as you would like women to pay to your penis. And number 5, hear me out and practice. You have to be more creative than that. Kissing, squeezing, and sucking boobs. Maybe some genital fondling and some oral sex, and then penis and vagina. If that is your whole script and what you bring to the table over and over and over again, sex can get old and boring. Do you know that research has shown that on average, women may experience higher levels of sexual dissatisfaction and boredom compared to men? Yes. Women are more prone to get sexually bored than men. Think about it. What are you doing to make sex more fun, creative, playful, and pleasurable? Are you just bringing the same game and the same moves every time? That may work for you, but it does not work for many women. Sex in porn is very linear and it looks the same, but with different people, basically. If you do sex in real life, like in porn, your woman is going to get totally bored and not be motivated to have sex at all. So learn new tricks, learn about female anatomy, communicate openly with her, and foster a safe and trusting environment so she can share her needs, wants, fantasies, desires, and be ready to deliver. Obviously, the same is true the other way around, but men think so highly of their penises that they forget that there's a woman who is totally different, a totally different human in the other side, and that her body does not function the same way as men's. Porn is not a good sex teacher. Learn more and do better in real life. Okay, now for the bonus porn lesson. Ready? Porn is staged. I'm sorry to break your heart, but a lot of porn, probably most, and even the amateur one, is scripted and staged. Certain body types perform, sex is performative, porn is pretty much the same across the board, and Unless you are looking deeper, the porn that jumps at you when you enter a porn site is male centric. Penises are large and ever hard. They never lose tumescence during sex. They can pound those vaginas very, very hard for what seems to be like an eternity. And women seem happy to be jackhammered into oblivion. All of this is not what happens to most people during sex in real life. And if you're comparing yourself to people in porn, compare your real life woman to women in porn, wanting to perform like men in porn, wanting or envying the penises that you see in porn, and porn makes you lose touch with reality, it may be time to renegotiate your relationship with porn. Porn may help you learn new tricks, eroticize the moment, share the excitement with your partner. But if porn is being your sex education platform, you are getting a very limited version of the whole encyclopedia of sex that is the real life experience. The best sex is the one you can create in real life with freedom, safety, gusto, and shameless creativity. Live your sex life in reality and see porn for what it is. As usual, I wish you safe, healthy, and pleasurable sex of whatever kind you practice. This is Dr. Tanji, the Sex Doctor, and I'll see you next time.